frankly a terrible idea because this technology is so unproven at this point. The ACLU did a test of this technology and it actually matched 26 members of Congress with convicted criminals. Like, sure, maybe members of Congress are convicted criminals, but they're not the ones that this technology matched it up with. And when you're selling that to law enforcement agencies and allowing them to use that to make arrests when it got 26 members of Congress wrong, that's pretty troubling and really Orwellian. Yeah, so Amazon is essentially selling their database to local law enforcement agencies and to ICE on top of the database that DHS is looking to create of 500 million faces, which is more than the amount of people who even live in this country. And they're essentially have the ability to match a face with a mugshot and see if, or with someone who was caught on surveillance footage and see if that's the same person. It sounds good in theory. The problem is it doesn't actually work, especially if you're a person of color. Most of the time it can't even get your gender right, let alone who exactly you are. Yeah, I mean, this is something that should cross party lines to disturb you, because if you're a Republican or a conservative, you should be worried about big government. You always are. And if you're a Democrat or a liberal, you're typically concerned about big corporations. And when you mesh the two together, it amounts to cronyism and an erosion of civil liberties, because Amazon's making a ton of money off of selling this to the government. Yeah, this is already happening in China, and it's terrible for a country that values being a constitutional republic to follow the lead of a Marxist country that wants to know the exact whereabouts of their people and wants to essentially dictate their day-to-day life. That's just something we shouldn't stand for. You shouldn't. They've never proven that they should be trusted, because every little chip away you take at civil liberties is one chip toward chipping down the whole thing. You can't allow the Fourth Amendment to just be eroded a little bit and expect it to stay intact in the long run. And going back to conservatives, once a liberal Democrat's back in the White House, do you want that guy or girl to have the power to essentially track your exact whereabouts and match your face against surveillance footage anywhere you go? And to me, that should be a resounding no.